So the play begins about 11 months after Kennedy was assassinated. Vatican II has just happened. So Vatican II basically took the church in a different direction.
It was a difficult time for the sisters in religious life to balance what they were going through, and in the meantime serving the people to get them to understand that this is the way the church is going to go for the future, and they need to be a part of it and understand that it's all for the better.
And that's where John Patrick Shanley picks up his story, and he sets this, I believe, poignant, beautiful story about a nun and a priest and a child in 1964 Bronx, New York.
What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon today.
So Father Flynn, we meet Father Flynn at the beginning of the play, and he opens the play.
And I would like to say to you, doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty. When you are lost, you're not alone.
And Father Flynn introduces the idea of a common bond around doubt. In the garden scene, we see Sister James, who is the younger nun, with Father Flynn, who is accused of, by Sister Aloysius, of doing something untoward to one of these students in the school.
I want to believe you.
Then do. It's as simple as that.
It's not me that has to be convinced.
I don't have to prove anything to her.
She's determined.
To what?
Protect the boy.
It's me that cares about the boy, not her.
And we're starting to see Sister James have the doubts that Father Flynn talked about in scene 1.
I feel as if everything is upside down.
It isn't, though. There are just times in life when we feel lost. You're not alone with it.
Mrs. Muller, who is the mother of Donald Muller, who is the first African-American child in this Catholic school at St. Nicholas, comes to meet with Sister Aloysius, and Mrs. Muller believes that maybe there's a problem with Donald and his academics.
I'm concerned about the relationship between Father Flynn and your son.
And what she finds out is that Sister Aloysius has another reason for bringing her in.
I'm concerned, to be frank, that Father Flynn may have made advances on your son.
That ain't my son's fault.
I'm not suggesting it is.
He's just a boy.
I know.
He's 12 years old. If somebody should be taking the blame for anything, it should be the man and not the boy.
I agree with you completely.
But the issue about the young woman and her son and the whole thing that developed, that I don't want to give away, also was a very significant part of how the church dealt with issues of that sort in those days.
One of the reasons that I wanted to do this play was because it deals with speaking up in the face of intimidating power.
What? What did you hear? What did you see that convinced you so thoroughly?
What does it matter?
I want to know.
In this penultimate scene, we see Sister Aloysius and Father Flynn sort of at loggerheads, and this is when there's the big blow-up.
May I come in?
We would require a third party.
What was Donald's mother doing here?
We were having a chat.
About what?
A third party is truly required, Father.
No, sister, no third party. You and me are due for a talk.
And I think in doubt, Sister has her ways of knowing what to do and how to do it. And the priest, who is young, is coming in and he's trying to figure out, he has the upper hand in some respects, and there's a conflict.
You will go after another child and another until you are stopped.
What nun did you speak to?
I won't say.
I have not touched a child.
You have!
I think that this play is gorgeous, and I think that he writes it so well that the playing and the directing is, it's a dance. And it is, thematically, it speaks to all of the issues that are important to me.